Welcome, guys. We're going to call this Fast Friday. Today, we're going to talk about how we use Chat GTP and a free tool called Canva to easily create blogs and, more importantly, compress and scale every image when we upload them, not only to a blog, but anywhere on the website so that we have high quality content that is not large, but actually is easy to load. Because you can write the best articles in the world, but if it's slow to load, Google doesn't want to show your site to the audience because they want their audience members to be able to load and have a pleasurable experience. So really, you just got to think, is it a half size image? If so, it's probably about 600 by 600 pixel, or is it going to be a full blown hero image? And if that's the case, you could probably get away with 1640 by 924. Yeah, it could be bigger than that, but that's probably just fine for most of these sizes. Even in a site like this, I'm using that size 1690 by 924, and it's working out just fine. No further ado, let's get into it. Chat GTP, it's a wonderful resource. We need to make sure that we define what we want Chat GTP to do. So when I'm writing a Chat GTP, when I'm asking Chat GTP to write for me, I want to say, okay, we're going to write a blog about scaling and compressing images for SEO and page speed, which is exactly what we're doing. Suggest that people use Canva, and here are some steps that we need to do, right? We got to scale our images. We're going to talk about that. We're going to use the right image size for that. We're going to be compressing our images. We're going to be renaming them so that we have a good high quality subject matter. And then we're going to be adding alt tags so that we can upload them to our website, making them ADA compliant in adding SEO. So I asked it to write that. There are my prompts, and it wrote a pretty good article. And then I realized, well, we're going a step further. How about we incorporate Chat GTP as well? So I said, hey, wait a second, add Chat GTP to that. And then it wrote this. So this is going to be the blog that we're creating today. Here we go. So this is the content for the blog. I'm just going to use this as is. So let's go ahead. I'm in WordPress. We're going to go over to our posts. We're going to add a post into WordPress. There's my title. It's a little bit long for a post title, but I'm okay with it just for the sake of moving forward and moving through this. I'm not going to take the words introduction. I'm going to take the rest of this article. Okay, we're going to put that in here. Okay, I'm going to now make subheadings. This is going to be a subheading. That's a subheading. So we're going to turn all of these into H2s. They go to H2 by default. That's going to be just fine. If there's a subheading to the subheading, we might use H3s after that. But for the sake of doing this quickly, this is how it looks. Headings. Okay, conclusion. Combining Chat GTP and to revolutionize the content creation process. That is great. Using something from the first sentence of your paragraph is going to also reinforce that keyword. So just SEO 101, right? Give it subheadings. It also makes it easier to read than just a big block of text, but also reinforcing your subheading with whatever the first thing written is in the first sentence is always a fantastic idea. Okay, so there we go. We've got the content. This one, I'm going to put it into my web design category because it's always a good idea to categorize content. Um, I'm also going to say content creation is what this is going to be. Content. Oh, my goodness. And that's good enough. Okay, so now what we need to do is provide this content an image. Okay, you can add excerpts. I would almost take something from the first part of this. If I don't add an excerpt, my tool will automatically take the first half of this anyway. So I'm not even going to add an excerpt, but you can always add an excerpt or ask Canva to write you an excerpt from this very article, and it will do so rather nicely. Or not Canva, I'm sorry, Chat GTP. Okay, going over to Canva. So I want a hero image because if you look at my blogs, let's go look at a blog. I use them wide hero images, right? So I'm going to put a hero image in. It's a good idea if we wanted to spend extra time, we could add an image for every single sub paragraph, and that's really great. And then you don't need hero images. You could probably get away with smaller ones. Facebook cover. So I create design Facebook cover 1640 by 924, perfect size. Let's go ahead and use that. Okay. And we're going to name this And I'm going to pull it from this. Streamline your content creation process. Combine Chat GTP. That's probably a pretty long image name. Let's use this. That's going to be what I'm calling it. Okay. So let's go into here. We're just going to quickly find an image, photos, content creation. Great if I could type, wouldn't it? It knows what I'm wanting. Okay. Content creation. That sounds great. Content creation. Good enough. All right. So we've got an image. We could do things like add our logos to it and get really wild and make it an even prettier image that has my logos inside of it. All right. Sometimes I feel like I should do something like that. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to add my logo to it. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. See how it's kind of hard to read? We're going to edit this photo. I just double clicked it, edit the photo. I'm going to adjust it. I'm just going to bring down the brightness because I'm using a white font. There, now I can read my white font. Fantastic. One more thing, let's go ahead and add some text to this. I'm gonna go plain Jane with this. And you can always start with a design, right? You could totally create from a design and just swap a few elements out. I think that's a great thing to do. I am just moving fast here. Content creation using Chat GPT. Okay, this is going to be white. And let's make this something like this. You know what? I want this edited. I want to make this a little bit darker so my font stands out even more. All right, it's already pretty dark. Great. Content creation using Chat GTP. So make on this, over here. We're going to make this a little bit smaller. We're going to align this. We're going to align this. I'm just going to use my yellow color. Scale and compress images. Scale and compress images in Canva for page speed and SEO. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I could probably make this darker, but I really just don't even want to mess with it. Okay, maybe I can go a little. There we go. Okay, here we go. Moving forward. Now I'm going to download this image as a JPEG, which is smaller than PNG. And I'm going to scale it somewhere in the 74 range. I think that's going to come out well. It's downloading. Get my downloads. Here we go. Streamline your, because I named it, it's already got a good name. If I was going to just be duplicating this and adding all my blogs on there, I'd have to make sure to rename this before I upload it. But if you look, this is 124 kilobytes. That's adequate for a hero image. If it's a smaller image, like a 600 by 600 image, I think that we should be aiming for under 60K, right? Under 60 kilobytes. So I'm going to go down here, find my featured image section, add my featured image. I could either drag it in or I can click my upload button, whichever method you guys prefer. Doesn't matter to me. It's all the same thing. As soon as it gets in here, it's going to inject the title based on what I wrote in there. I'm just going to make the title the alt. It would be pertinent to make the alt a little different than the title because the alt text and the title text could be different. You could benefit from it. But you know what? It defines the subject matter. That is what the subject matter is. And those are also keywords, right? Content creation is a keyword. So that's keyword and subject matter, two birds for one stone. Happy about that. I'm going to publish this now. Publish, view. There you have it. Created an awesome blog, Chat GTP, Canva for content. I hope that was helpful, guys. Thank you so much, and I'd like to see you in another one. If you have anything that you want to know specifically, like, follow, subscribe, comment, and ask some questions. Those comments keep me going. They give me something to do, not like I don't have enough to do. Thank you, everybody. Join me another time.